I think we're live. We live, everyone? Yes, we are. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with the new stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful March 21st, 2024. I hope everyone's having a phenomenal day, night, afternoon, midnight, wherever you are in the world. I'm starting to have a great day myself. It is time that we talk about the 2024 United States Senate elections, because this is a serious question that needs to be answered. Are Republicans currently on pace to get the Senate majority this year? Now, with how favorable the map is, it should be a slam dunk. Well, this is the Republican Party we're talking about. So I do want to talk about what's happening with some of the Senate races, including Maryland, New Jersey, Wisconsin, all the races, because when you look at it, there are some both really good signs, but also really bad signs about what's happening this year. Now, before we continue with today's video, or today's stream, I should say, I hope you enjoy these type of streams. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Again, folks, all support is greatly appreciated. And if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or just want to support the channel even further, the best way to send a super chat via, well, the chat. Again, I'll try to read through as much chat as possible, but usually super chats are the best way to get your questions answered. And yeah, so enough promotion stuff. Let us get right into it. Again, folks, all support is greatly appreciated. Now, the Senate map this year, on paper, excuse me, on paper, it looks like such a slam dunk. I mean, you have Ohio, Montana, Wisconsin, Nevada, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Michigan. I mean, yeah, there are some strong incumbents here and there, but theoretically, this should be a very easy map. But the problem is, this is the Republican Party we're talking about. They're not known for being that competent. I mean, seriously, the fact that there's a possibility that Democrats could somehow retain the majority with this is absolutely pathetic. So we got to talk about some of these races because it is getting kind of, concerning in some of these states like Nevada, Arizona. There's definitely some stuff that it's not look good for the Republican Party, but at the same time, there are some positive developments, including the Maryland Senate race. Listen, I have long been a skeptic of Larry Hogan, and would he have any chance of winning in this race? As of right now, the polling indicates, yeah, he has a good shot of winning. Now, will he win? No. This is the problem with, say, Maryland or, hell, even Montana for Democrats. It is such a Democratic state of Maryland that even someone like Hogan, who was well liked there, he was a good governor for them, all that stuff. The problem is he has a Republican name next to his name. It's not independent, it's not Democrat, it's a Republican. And the partisanship of Maryland, theoretically, I mean, it's a state that Trump lost by 33 points? Theoretically, Hogan should get absolutely walloped just by partisanship. But there is polling data to indicate he has a shot. Republican Larry Hogan leads Maryland's Senate race by a wide margin, but voters in the blue state clearly prefer Democratic control of the U.S. Senate, a new poll shows. The Washington Post University of Maryland survey found Hogan beating both likely Democratic contenders by double digits in a hypothetical general election matchup. The moderate Republican leads Representative David Trone 49% to 37%, and Prince George's County Executive Angela Alsobrooks 50% to 36%. Now, we are early. We are 8 to 9 months away from this election happening, so there's still a lot of time, and you could say, well, maybe it's name recognition. I think that's part of it, that, hey, Hogan definitely has universal name ID in Maryland, but I will say this. David Trone, he's well known. In the state of Maryland, he's a well-known guy. He's been there for a couple of years. I forgot when he was first elected. It was 2019. But he's a well-known person in the state of Maryland. He's spent so far quite a bit of money on this race. I can actually check the spending right now. Yeah, so David Trone has spent $23 million in Maryland. You know, a state that has a couple million votes. It's not like frickin' California where there's 20 million voters. This is Maryland. There's like 3 million votes, and he spent $23 million. I mean, just put that in the perspective. $23 million he spent, David Trone. And right now, he is getting crushed against Hogan. But also Hogan, you could see as a more... People see Hogan as an actual moderate, so that might be playing a little bit into this, but you could go to other states like Montana, and Tim Shaheen has spent only $4 million. You know, a state like Wisconsin, Eric Hovde spent a couple $100,000. Ohio, the entire Republican field combined spent around 16 to 17 million dollars in the primary. Just, guys, at some point, it's like, okay, the name recognition argument doesn't work. When you spend $23 million, you're a congressman of like, what, 6 years now? And you've been campaigning for months? And you're down by 12 points? There is definitely some concern for Democrats in this poll. The poll showed, which surveyed 1,000 Maryland voters, also showed that 55% of voters want Democrats to control the Senate, compared with 35% who favored Republicans. That result suggests that Hogan's path to victory may be tougher than the candidate versus candidate poll results imply. Now, I think that's a bit unfair. You know, it's one of those questions where it's like, okay, obviously the voters in Maryland want Democrats to have the Senate. But at the same time, you have Larry Hogan, who he's not a far-right Republican. I mean, he's not some, you know, neo-Nazi or something. Like, no, he's not. He's a moderate Republican that would vote Republican like 40% of the time. He's one of those Republicans that is an actual moderate, not like the fake Democratic moderates where you have John Tester or Joe Manchin. They vote like 90% Democrat, but that's a moderate, everyone. I mean, this poll has some significant problems for Democrats, and I'm still surprised that Hogan is actually running here. But that's probably why he decided to run, because there must have been some internals that showed this: that David Trone has spent $20 million and he's getting crushed. The survey found 64% of voters viewed Hogan favorably, including 61% of registered Democrats, versus 33% who said the same of Trone and 26% of Olsobrooks. Many voters had no opinion of Trone or Olsobrooks, 46% and 58% respectively. So, this poll has around half the voters not knowing who the guy is, or Trone. But even then, that should be a bit concerning. You spent $23 million, and you still have half the state that have no clue who the hell you are? Listen, I'm not saying every single voter is going to know who the Senate candidates are, but at some point, I mean, you're talking about how much money does the guy have to spend just for this to be like 10%? 40 million? 50? 60? So no matter what happens here, even if Hogan loses, the whole point of him is just to screw Democrats over, force them to spend an ungodly amount of money in the state. I mean, Hogan's not going to win. Let's be clear. I just don't see how Hogan pulls this off. But if he's winning by 12 to 15 points and Democrats have spent 20 million already, I mean, they're going to have to spend so much money. And even if Hogan is 40, 50% Republican, at some point it's like, it's still a Republican vote. It's not like a David Trone type who's going to vote 99.9% Democrat. So, either way, I do think that the Maryland Senate race, no matter if we win or lose, is, I just think, a win. Because even if David Trone self-finances, how much he's going to put in? I mean, at some point, David Trone is going to run out of money to self-finance with it. These candidates, and this is the problem with many people's philosophy that, oh, they could self-fund. Unless you're Michael Bloomberg, They're not going to spend hundreds of millions of their own dollars on a Senate race. They're just not. And even then, he spent $20 million and he's getting crushed right now. That is definitely concerning for Dems. Hogan was unexpected, so Dems couldn't plan on attacking him properly. Yeah. And it's hard to attack him because everyone sees him as a moderate Republican. Like, yeah, he's Republican, but he's a moderate. You know, he's going to vote however he thinks is what's best for the state of Maryland, what's best for the country. That's the perspective many people have of Larry Hogan. I mean, he was a governor for 8 years, for crying out loud. He won by what, 20 points a second time? Ben Cynics for 2. We might flip Trone's seat this cycle. I do know the Democratic primary, there's a shit show, but it just, even with Hogan on the ballot, you're talking about like a 12-point swing. I don't see that happening. Cole Langdon for 5. John Willard has returned. I support Hogan because he can make the Dems spend money in Maryland. Also, what do Wisconsinites think of Hovde in your area? So, you know, I don't go around asking people like, oh, what do you think about Eric Hovde? But from everything I've talked to from people within the Republican Party, within just random people that might be involved, you know, they don't like him. And it sounds like a lot of people that I've talked to, they have a positive opinion of Eric Hovde. And I will say, I was very skeptical of the guy because some of those people that were around him, they're definitely the establishment types. They're not the ones you want to trust. But they are running a real good campaign. I mean, for crying out loud, they've had like 7 different ads already made. I mean, one on abortion, one on healthcare, one on, you know, how Hovde's actually a Wisconsinite. In the California stuff, he's played perfectly. I mean, he's saying, yeah, I go to California for once a year for Christmas or something like that, when it's like winter or something. That's what he said. And that's what a lot of Wisconsinites do in the first place. So it's one of those things where the California attack, he has neutralized. He has absolutely neutralized on that front. Now, will he win? I don't know. But we just got to see. Man Milk for 2. I'm thinking this could be like Massachusetts 2010. Well, I think this is more impressive because what happened in Massachusetts then, that was like a low turnout midterm race, you know. It was a very bizarre situation and Obama was hated. So there were reasons for that to happen, but this will be more impressive. Because Massachusetts back then was a bit closer. So. But the thing I like about Hogan, again, he's not going to be like a Paul Gosar type. No one should expect that. If people are saying he's a rhino, guess what? This is one of those rare circumstances where, hey, I would much rather have a Larry Hogan type in there who votes with us 40-50% of the time in a deep blue seat. Right? Not freaking an R+20 seat. No, screw that. If you suck, you deserve to lose. But in a deep blue seat like Maryland, much rather have Hogan vote with us 30-40% of the time than David Trone vote against us 100% of the time. Just my opinion. Just my opinion on the race. I think Larry Hogan, I think he's just an actual moderate. That's why I do support him. Breaking news, Bob Menendez won't run the Democratic primary and won't rule out a third-party bid. I think he's running. You don't just say, I might run for re-election. Listen. Bob Menendez is the average New Jersey politician. He's very corrupt and all that stuff, but he's one of those that he will take down the entire party with him. Like, okay, you want to throw me in jail? I'm taking you all down with me. I'm going to run again. Screw all of you. I don't care if Republicans win. That's the one positive of Bob Menendez. He's one of those guys that will screw everyone over. I mean, he's egotistical, sure, but it benefits Republicans. Because at that point, he's going to get a chunk of the vote. And he's going to make Democrats be forced to spend money. And that primary is bitter on the Democratic side. So, when you have New Jersey and Maryland, suddenly, these are two races that could be very competitive. I think Maryland is at that point of being a competitive seat. While New Jersey, if Bob Menendez runs, Democrats are in deep trouble. Because at that point in time, you're going to have to spend hundreds of millions of dollars just in 2 deep blue seats. That's not accounting for Ohio, Montana, Arizona, Wisconsin. That's why these people that say that, well, Democrats are outfunding Democrats, or Republicans, I should say. That means it's gonna be a Democratic sweep. First of all, that's not true. They've always had a cash advantage, but secondly, they're gonna have to spend a lot of that money in 2 deep blue states. Good luck. At that point, you're running out of money. That's the main problem with the Democrat map here. That's not including Ohio, Montana, Wisconsin, Arizona, Nevada, etc. If we win those 2, including the other swing state seats in Virginia, we could be at 60. There is that possibility. Probably not going to happen, but if we get 60 Senate seats out of this, I'm going to laugh. All these people that were guaranteeing that a Democrat wave is happening because of 2022, which would even make me more pissed, because that we could theoretically have a supermajority right now. Just not saying we will, but if we win all of these seats, and let's say we had an actual red wave, we could have came damn close to winning something, or come close to a supermajority. You would for sure be at 60, but that's a Republican Party for you. They dropped the ball so badly that you squandered a supermajority, possibly a supermajority, but yeah. If Tammy Murphy wins, then a lot of Andy Kim voters will be pissed off due to how grassroots Kim is. Yeah, I mean, no matter who wins that race, I think that's a problem for Dems. It's just a shit show. I think Republicans are likely to get 53, 54, maybe more, especially if Menendez runs. Yeah, I'm starting to become more confident in this map, because now you have Menendez probably running, Larry Hogan screwing Dems over no matter what happens. It's one of those things where it just, at some point, Democrats might be forced to abandon one of the other states. Because which state would you abandon? Do you risk potentially losing New Jersey and Maryland for, say, Nevada or something? I don't know. Mike Oxhard for 2. 60 Republican senators still would give Ukraine money. Oh, yeah. I mean, you have Larry Hogan. He would support it, You would have someone like McCormick in Pennsylvania. But you would still have improvements like Jim Banks, Bernie Moreno. But yeah, we're definitely getting a better Senate delegation, but it's still pretty bad. Tam Murphy is the only one who could lose. I agree. I think Tam Murphy would lose. Would get crushed, I think, in a 3-way race. Because I just think so many Andy Kim voters would just not vote. But if Andy Kim's a nominee, that's a little bit different. Okay, what would Democrats do? Republicans have the House, Supreme Court, White House, and the supermajority in the Senate. What would happen is they would riot. They would 100% try January 6th. January 6th, too. They would do that. They would riot. I mean, it's pathetic to think, but it's a fact. A better Senate delegation doesn't mean a good Senate delegation. Well, it's better than it was in 2018, so... If I were Dems, I would abandon Ohio due to Moreno's strong overperformance. Let's go in the shoes of Democrats, and let's just say, okay, how about this? The roles are reversed, and let's say you had a state like Mississippi or Alabama become very competitive at the Senate level, but then you have a swing state like, or a Democrat-leaning state like Minnesota that somehow got a Republican senator, or Colorado, Would you abandon that one Democrat state, even if it gets Democrats a majority, to protect those other 2 safe seats? That's actually a good question, because at some point, you have to minimize your losses. You can't just risk losing New Jersey and Maryland, and then you just lose Ohio anyways. So, I don't know. Man Milk for 2. Can we trust Lake on the tariff issue given it's Arizona? Well, not too happy with Lake right now. Not for those that don't know, Carrie Lake basically lied about last talk with Blake Masters. You know, she's pretending he doesn't exist. That he doesn't know. She doesn't know anything. It's like not a good look. Not a good look. Another poll in New York has generic opponent down by 4-5 against Gillibrand. Don't think we'll win, but it's worth mentioning. I just don't see that happening. You know, if it's within 4 or 5, yeah, Republicans are keeping the House. So losing Mississippi or Alabama would be more embarrassing than Ohio. Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's just an example, but at some point you got to minimize your losses of Dems at this point. You just take the risk of like, okay, give them a 1-seat majority. They still got to deal with frickin' Murkowski and Collins, but New Mexico is the daughter of a Republican senator running. I did see that. Did see that. Zeldin could have won the New York Senate seat. I don't think so. I like Zeldin, but I think he's a better governor candidate. I really think so. Because not as polarized then. Americans reject orange blob. Oh, yeah, sure. Sure, buddy, sure. Alright, so should we talk about some other races? What you say we should talk about? I guess New Jersey now because Bob Menendez. I'm actually curious what he said. So I guess Bob Menendez might actually run. I hope he does because it would cause as much chaos as possible. Let's see here. Okay, this is actually pretty big. Hold up. I just read what he said. Okay, let me pull this up. There we go. Menendez facing federal bribery charges announced Thursday they will not run for re-election as a Democrat, but left the door open of running as an independent. I'm hopeful that my exoneration will take place this summer and allow me to pursue my candidacy as an independent Democrat in the general election. Menendez, who has maintained his innocence, said in a video post Thursday. Oh my gosh, it's happening. Yes! Please, New Jersey, have a corrupt moment and let the guy off scot-free so he can run. Please. There's a chance he is running. That's what it sounds like. Oh, good Lord. Please. This would be glorious if this happened. There's a chance. The way he's sounding, he might run. He might run as a third-party candidate. Please do so. Oh my gosh, the meltdown that would happen at that point. Yeah, that New Jersey would be ours then. I agree. Please. I mean, if that happens, I think Republicans win that seat. Wait a minute, there's a possibility the map could look something like this. Just, there's a chance it could look like this. Not saying it will, but there is that unlikely chance that we end up with a map like that. That would be painful, but it is theoretically possible. Let's see here. Menendez is going to run as independent, give New Jersey to Republicans. Well, he's the type of politician to do that. He's like, screw all of you. You want to take me down? I'm taking the entire Democrat Party down with me. I mean, at that point, it's like, go ahead. Indict me. I'm just going to run as a third-party candidate. Yeah, New Jersey needs a corrupt moment in them. They always have one. They always have a corrupt moment when we need it. They find something out of the blue, and magically, you have a Menendez running. So let's start with New Jersey then. Who are Republicans running in the Senate seat? Let's see here. Curtis Bashar, real estate developer. Steve Boston, entrepreneur. Michael Estrada, businessman and independent candidate for House District 23 in 2017. Edwin Harshaw, business owner and U.S. Navy veteran. Previously ran for what? This guy ran for president? What? Brian Jackson, business owner. Justin Michael Murphy, former deputy mayor of Tabernacle. Tabernacle, I think, yeah. And candidate for New Jersey 3rd, Fred Steinman, Investment executive. Good. What are these candidates? What is this? There's no good names here. Damn, we should have got Jeff Van Drew to run, or Ed Durr even. That would have been funny. Man Milk for 2. Imagine flipping California, Maryland, Virginia, New Mexico, New Jersey, but losing Pennsylvania. Oh, don't even manifest that into reality. Please don't. But yeah, how are the county lines looking? So, for those that don't know, New Jersey has this dog shit system of county party endorsements, and effectively, unless they got rid of it by now, but essentially the county gets to decide who you vote for. Like, they give you a specific ballot telling you, these are the ones that we endorse. Ran the ballot. It's a very corrupt system, which it's New Jersey. You should not be surprised. But it looks like Serenow, Glassner, and Bashaw is the frontrunners, looks like. Who the hell are these guys? I know Kim sued the line. I did hear about that. Very corrupt. It's New Jersey. Yeah, I mean, the attorney general won't defend it. It's like, yeah, they definitely want Andy Kim. That's what they want. Let's see here. What did they say? Who the Democrats endorsed? Yeah, so Murphy's winning quite a bit of them. Kim is winning some of them, but Menendez has $6 million in cash on hand. Good lord. Breaking news. Attorney General Letitia James says she will have New York State Police begin seizure of Trump's assets if he fails to make bond by Monday. Oh, shit. Hold up. We got breaking news. Yep. Trump is going to face an asset seizure. That's real. Of course he will. And you have a bunch of clowns on Twitter celebrating this. They're clapping at the, like, seals. Like, yay, this is great news. I mean, freaking unbelievable. Hold on, let me pull this up. I just can't believe this is happening. Joe Longo for 2. I'm waiting for Tony Soprano to run. That is true. Yep, so the AP, or not the AP, the ABC, they reported on it. Yep, so it's real. It is freaking real. This is unbelievable. I mean, this is what they're focusing in on, right? This is their plan. They're gonna freaking go after Trump with this. Let's see here. I mean, yeah, it's his. It sounds like it's his assets in Westchester County. Is that where one of his golf clubs is? I could be wrong, but I believe that's the where one of his golf courses is. I think. Allow James to move to take possession of Trump National Golf Course. Yeah, so this is freaking insane. I mean, it should tell you everything. When all these insurance companies, these bonds, I forgot what the name of them. I think not insurance, but all these companies they talk to, it's like a bond organization, but either way, I can't think of the name. Point is, everyone is saying there's no way they can have $500 million in days. You're talking about something that would cost billions to do. And these bozos want it in a week. They want it in 2 weeks. And no one is taking real estate as collateral. And Trump's entire wealth is in real estate. This is insanity. The Supreme Court has to get involved. I mean, listen. Who got defrauded in this case? I'm still waiting. Does anyone know who got defrauded here? Mutual fund companies. It's something like that. Yeah, thank you. But they're trying to bankrupt Trump when he's running for president. He supposedly defrauded everyone, but the banks said they didn't get defrauded. So who got defrauded then? This is the first case in history where no one was the victim. But they don't care. They're so deranged. They want Trump to go down. They are saying he can't appeal till he makes the bond. Yeah. That judge is absolutely batshit crazy. I've never heard of something insane like this. I mean, $500 million, and by the way, you can't even appeal this decision before you pay us. You can't do anything. The judge did a nut job. And guy, I know that's kind of a usual thing, but this is a case where 500 million, just make it like 10% of it. Lord Rhino for 10 pounds. Did you see that in New York we're getting arrested for throwing pizza at New York City Hall for banning coal and wood stoves? New York is definitely going to start having businesses leaving soon. Oh, they are. But now a bunch of people in real estate, a lot of smart people, they're getting the hell out of Dodge because of this. Because now, think about this. If you sell your house at, say, your marked up price, whatever, $500,000, according to this court case, let's say the government thinks it's worth $200,000. You actually sold it for $500,000, or you value it at $500,000. According to this case, oh yeah, you'd be thrown in jail. We could seize your assets. This is insane. Again, if Trump committed a crime, that's one thing. But what crime did he commit? Can anyone tell me what crime he committed here? I'm still waiting because these people on Twitter, they say, oh, Trump committed a crime. What? He defrauded the people of New York. Huh? How he defraud people when the bank said they got their money back? Yeah, I thought Dems didn't believe in victimless crimes. They don't care. They don't care what precedent they set. They don't care what happens. They don't care if the courts go after regular people because they're not going to stop at Trump. If this is allowed to continue, they're going to go after every political opponent they have. I mean, it could be Bob down the street that owns a house or whatever. Oh, you defrauded the banks. You're going to be, or defrauded the people of New York. You will be thrown in jail and your assets have been seized. This won't hold up an appeal. Yeah, but they're trying to bankrupt him. That's our whole point. They don't freaking care. And this judge, I mean, he's retiring anyways, so he doesn't lose. He doesn't care. He doesn't care if he gets disbarred. He's retiring. He still gets a pension. Yeah, so apparently people are saying that they want to seize Mar-a-Lago? I don't know. Mike Oxhard for 5. This will be the Mugshot Effect 2.0, except it's in New York. New York will probably be within only 5 to 8 points for Biden. The deep state's in pure panic mode. I don't think it's been within 5, but they're panicking. I mean, there's no other way to, nothing else to say other than they're in panic mode. They're fearing Trump is about to win. So, I think they're going to blackmail him or try to. Like, say, you want your money back? Drop out. Hell, you had the lady from NBC, I can't think of her name, one of the nut jobs. She even said, if Donald Trump stopped running for president, these indictments will go away. What does that tell you about the justice system we got here? Man Milk for 2. Republicans try to be nice, Dems try to destroy us. Yeah. While Republicans focus on gutting your Social Security, Democrats are doing this to their political opponents. Bankrupting them, seizing their assets. Yeah, Joy Reid, thank you. She's insane. But she said, yeah, so if Trump drops out of the race tomorrow, these indictments will end. That's a fair deal. Huh? I don't know. Let's see here. Trump violated the people of New York by overvaluing a property in Florida. If you have a problem with that, so the F you. That's the logic here. But it's like, wait a minute. The banks got their money. It's in a different state. And on top of that, most people in real estate value Mar-a-Lago in the hundreds of millions. Again, that $26 million estimate, if that's the law of the land, every single person around Mar-a-Lago could have their assets seized. Because you go to the same database they used from like 20 years ago, and every building around Mar-a-Lago is like a couple million, like 2 or 5 million. But in the actual Mark, in the real world, it's selling for hundreds of dollars. Hundreds of millions of dollars, excuse me. Not good. Not good at all. Yes, SCOTUS needs to do the right thing. You know, again, presidential immunity doesn't mean, oh, the president can kill someone and get away with it. That's not what that is. That doesn't mean the president can do whatever he wants. The whole point of presidential immunity is to prevent this. Prevent a rogue prosecutor from threatening the president for saying, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to prosecute you. I'm going to make sure we throw everything in the legal book at you. So I'm going to blackmail you. That's a whole point. The idea is, it's the Congress's job to impeach, remove, and even convict the president. That's a whole point. It's not up to some random prosecutor. That's why they never specified a prosecutor from the state of New York can go after the president. They don't say that. The Senate's the only one with powers of impeachment, conviction, all of that. Only once they can do that. And then that's a whole separate can of worms, but this is insane what's happening. And I know that doesn't really relate to the New York case, but still, you should not be allowed to go after a president like this, or any presidential candidate. Let's see. The Democrats know they can't stop Trump this time. At this point, they're trying to bankrupt him. Or even worse. I don't know what they're going to do. Because at some point, they're going to realize this ain't working. Let's see. The New York Attorney General office said it would consider extending the seizure to statewide to take Trump Tower. Oh, if that actually happened, if they took Trump Tower, it would be the mugshot 2.0, like someone said in chat. Because that or Mar-a-Lago. If there's a picture of, them throwing Trump out of the building like that, the building he developed, the building he's owned for decades, I don't know. This is real scary times. If they can do this to a former president and someone that has a good shot of winning again, do you think they're going to stop at him? No, they're going to keep going. They're going to go after then Ron DeSantis and say, well, you try to protect an insurrectionist, you're going to jail. It's going to keep going on and on and on. But they're so desperate, they have no clue what to do. They really think this will cause Trump to drop out. He'll go scorch earth and full revenge tour. Well, yeah. At this point, he has nothing to lose. So I don't get what their philosophy is here. He knows that if he loses, he's going to jail. So what? Screw it. If I win, I'm going to take down every single one of these bozos. I mean, one way to do it. When he becomes president, could he get his assets back? I would assume he would get them back even before then. I would have to assume the Supreme Court gets involved at some point because this is nuts. Hold on. Hold up, we got breaking news. What's the breaking news this time? Oh, no. The meme is back. We got breaking news out of the No Labels camp. Breaking news. Chris Christie might run for No Labels. No. No. There better not be any more town halls. No. I swear, if he runs for No Labels and he brings back the frickin' town halls, no. It's gonna happen, isn't it? The memes are, no. Just please, no. This election is gonna be a shit show, but Chris Christie running is gonna help Trump. Who do you think's gonna vote for Chris Christie? Do you really think the average Trump voter is gonna go run for, or go vote for Chris Christie? No, it's gonna be resist liberals and like never Trump Republicans that we're gonna vote Democrat either way. So it's just a net benefit of for Trump. No more town halls, please. Bring back the chair. No. Christie rolls for No Labels. I just cannot believe this is happening. We're so back. Gotta love Krispy Kreme for real. Perhaps favorite thing to watch, Chris Christie town halls. Yep. We love Chris Christie town halls. No, we don't. I hate them. Like, why? We don't want any more town halls with Chris Christie, but it looks like it might happen. Oh, man. I gotta look for the tweet of this, because I gotta tweet something about this. No. I don't want to see this. Please. No more town halls. Please. I just don't want to deal with him again. He wants more free food. Yeah, he's doing it for the food. Then, like, a week before the election drops out. I think that's what he did last time. You know, he knew he wasn't going to run, but he's decided to run or win. He decided to run for the food. Not run, I should say roll. It's a better way to put it. Maryland Degati for 83 for 2. Is there hope for Trump? There's always hope. I think Trump is in a good situation politically. I think he is in a situation where he can win the presidency still. You know, there's just some big questions about what are what are Democrats going to do? At some point, they're going to try something extreme, I think. Bailey Spangler for 2. Chairs across the lane just clenched in fear. Yep. They're all in panic mode. Every chair in America is just not in a good mood right now because they realize this is the end for them. Oh, man. The Christie memes are back. I love it. Christie could run on larger seats in airplanes and more donuts per box. He could. I ran a big obese campaign. Oh, good lord. For the free food. Would you be surprised if Chris Christie ran for the free food? I should say rolled for the free food. Like, would you really be surprised? Like, this is Chris Christie we're talking about. Trump is polling better in Wisconsin than Michigan now. I did see that. Dems go with the Kennedy 63 strategy against Trump. I don't think they go that far, but it's kind of scary that we even think like that. That is truly a scary sight to behold. All right. Should we talk about the other Senate seats? Because I think that we got to talk Wisconsin. You know, I'm gonna do a whole video on this tomorrow, I think, but Eric Hovde has exceeded my expectations quite a bit. Like, this guy is a lot better than I thought he was gonna be. Eric Hovde is one of those people that he's 100% learning taking the right approach to this. He is hammering Tammy Baldwin right away. He's taking he's not just, you know, sitting down and just letting Baldwin define him. He's posted like 8 ads already, spent millions of dollars. Hell, one of his first ads was on abortion. He's talking about abortion right off the bat. He's trying to define himself as a blue-collar Republican. That's his MO right away. And I think it's going by real good. A lot of people that I've talked to like his messaging. Explore Bear for 2. Christie is going on Ozemp. Oh, good lord. Ozempic. Yeah, he does. But yeah, I think Eric Hovde, the thing about him is, I was concerned about the California stuff, but he's explained it pretty good and well. It just seems like he knows what he's doing. I mean, again, it's one of those things where there are questions about, will this continue? Is this a Tim Michaels situation? I honestly don't think so, because Hovde just has been putting the work. He's been campaigning like crazy, doing ads on abortion, on healthcare, why he's from Wisconsin, all that stuff. So, I think he's doing pretty good. Tammy Baldwin will win. She is a really nice person. Not really. The thing with Tammy Baldwin is, she's a good candidate for Dems, but not as strong as some people think. She's overrated. But yeah, the recent Emerson poll, this ain't good for Baldwin at all. Where is it? Yeah, right here. Baldwin's at 45%. That's only 2 points higher than Biden is right now. Well, Eric Hovde's at 42%. The same poll a couple months ago, they had Eric Hovde down by 7. Now Emerson has him down by 3. And the biggest issue is the economy, healthcare, which he's actually talking about, immigration, threat to democracy, education, housing affordability, abortion, and crime. Biden has a 38% job approval. It's not good for Biden at all. And Trump's winning the state by 3 points, which is very consistent from February. All that changed was there's slightly less undecided voters. Looking pretty good for Trump. Looking good for him. Let's see here. With Wisconsin, they don't like if you stuck around too long if you're a good candidate. That's the one thing. Wisconsin's one of those states that, yeah, I mean, it's rare for someone to serve more than like 2 to 3 terms for like a statewide position, not the House, because that's a little bit different. But like Herb Kohl, I forgot how he served for. Yeah, it was quite a bit. It was like 20 years. Yeah, he was a senator for 24 years. But he's the exception to the rule. We saw with Scott Walker what happened. Scott Walker, he served for too long for Wisconsin standards. Like, it is so hard winning a 3rd term in Wisconsin. We saw it with Ron Johnson. Ron Johnson struggled bad. I mean, he came close to losing that seat, but he barely won. You know, he probably should have lost that seat with how bad the environment was, but he did pull it off at the end of the day. But Wisconsin, one of those states where you can't serve for 3 terms because they're going to throw you out. That is a real good point. I really haven't talked about that much, but that is something I've noticed. Let's see. Brown and Eric Hovde are equal opposite. Sam was overhyped and fell flat. Everyone thought Eric was a sacrificial lamb, but he's hitting a high note. Yeah, Sam Brown, I mean, these idiots on Twitter thought Sam Brown was a second coming. Yeah, I was right about that one. He's not. I mean, Sam Brown was awful. I mean, he's is awful. He was an overhyped candidate from the start, and we're now knowing, yeah, he can't run a campaign for the life of him. I mean, he's avoiding debates, he's refusing to answer questions. His wife won't shut the hell up about some stuff. Listen, the abortion stuff, whatever. You don't talk about it. His wife is openly celebrating, yeah, so 15 years ago, I got an abortion. Not because I needed it, because I wanted it. And it's like, really? Why go around and say that? You don't say that at all. Let's see. Hey, Rap, you think there's a chance polls underestimate Trump but overestimate generic Republicans? I think so. We've seen this in the past, but the thing about the polling is they always understate Trump, but they will understate Republicans if Trump's on the ballot. If he's not, who frickin' knows? Yeah. The House wants to remove Social Security. That's a guaranteed win for Dems. Yeah, the House is dumb, but hopefully that just, goes away. Hopefully that doesn't turn anything major, but knowing how Republicans are, they're going to sponsor and say, this is what we're going to do when Trump wins the presidency. We're going to ban Social Security. We're going to raise retirement age by 70 years, Not good. Let's see. Did you hear what Manchin said to Biden about his judge picks? Well, he waited until the last second to do that. He could have did that for a long time, but no. He decided to wait till he's on his way out to say, I'm not going to vote for any of your judges if every Republican is opposed to it. Oh, so you could have done this 6 months ago? A year? No. He decided to wait till the last second. So it doesn't even matter. He's not going to appoint anyone. So, hey, Rap, Indiana had the same. They had a 3 terms of done curse. If you ran for term 4, you lost the race immediately. Well, Wisconsin, it depends if you're like Tommy Thompson or Herb Kohl. But they're the exceptions. They're the ones that, like, they would win against anyone. Tommy Thompson lost because of a brutal, bad primary in 2012. That's why. For the Senate seat. For the governorship, yeah, he was undefeated from that. Like, 1986 to 2000. Or 1988. No, 1998, excuse me. If Trump was on the ballot, I don't want a repeat of 2022. I think Republicans do better than expected. Because that's history. 2016, every Republican outperformed polling with Trump on the ballot. 2020, same thing. But in 2018 and 2022, they either did the exact same as polling, except, say, Florida, or they did a lot worse. Breaking. Redline just tweeted Hovde will win. No, please let that be fake. Please. If that is real, we've lost if that's real. No. Eric Hovde's gonna win. He shouldn't have said that. The red line curse, for those that don't know, every time that Red Lion tweets something like this, the complete opposite happens. Really? Well, we're gonna be stuck with Tammy Baldwin for 15 years. Trump's gonna lose Wisconsin by 50. I'm kidding, but God darn it. I didn't want this to happen. Yeah, take it back. Red Lion, take back this tweet. Please. I want to deal with Tammy Baldwin much longer. No. It's Joe over Red Lion said we would win. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, his curse has gotten a lot less egregious in past weeks, but still. Yeah, now he has to say Baldwin wins to cancel it out. I agree. The comments. Yeah, the comments are freaking hilarious. Delete this rate this instant. Oh, man. Have you seen Yankee Perspectives expose another grifter called Rob Smith who left the GOP because some kids were causing a ruckus? What do you think? I didn't watch that, actually. I saw it on my timeline, but I just haven't had time to watch it. It seemed like a good video. Because Rob Smith is just a grifter. I'm glad someone called him out. Whoa, sorry about that. Didn't mean to do that. Clicked that on accident. Whoops. Sorry about that. All right. Red Lion said Moreno was going to win, and he did, but the margin was larger than expected. Well, 89% of the time when Red Lion tweets stuff like this, it backfires. Bad. Like, it doesn't go too well. Not good at all. Alright, hold on. Live reaction. I don't know. I don't know about that. Should we do a live reaction? I mean, I don't want to take the views from him. You guys could watch the video after the stream. I'm not going to watch right now. If 2022 went the way it was supposed to go, we would have 60 plus Senate seats where it would be at least be more likely. Yeah. How much do you think the Hur report will affect the election? Not at all. It's not going to be... No one's going to talk about it by election day. Or no one's going to care by then. Eric Hovde was a pirate. What? I don't get that. Back-to-back red waves. Well, it's not going to be a red wave, but there is a possibility Republicans have a real good year in the Senate. Just because of Menendez news and the Hogan stuff. It's possible, not saying it happens, but there's certainly that possibility. What's a Red Lion curse? So essentially, anytime Red Lion tweets like we're going to win or lose, the opposite happens. Like 80% of the time. It's a fact. It's a fact. Do a live reaction to the entirety of Fox 2016 election night coverage. No, that's like 7 or 8 hours long. I've watched parts of it where Trump like won Ohio and stuff, but let's see here. Rapka, the GOP flip Mendocino County, California. This is in North California, right? I don't think so. This is like D plus 30, right? Yeah. I highly doubt it. I mean, I guess it's possible in some bizarre world, but I highly doubt this is going to, like, flip. Chris Christie expressed interest in running for the No Labels party, so that means more Chris Christie town halls. There's a chance of that happening. Yep. There's a chance of just pain for the next, like, year. Is there even a purpose of an October surprise because a lot of people vote by mail around that time? Well, there used to be. It's more like a September surprise, but yeah. Not gonna happen. Eric Hovey looks like every dad in a 1980s movie. Yeah, he does. That mustache is, I gotta say, it's impressive. It's impressive. Let's see. Menendez is gone. He is always full of himself. Well, he's probably gonna run for re-election as a third-party candidate, so I would not be 100% confident in that. Bro, does the town halls for the free food? Would you be surprised if he did? Alright. If anyone got any more super chats, any more questions, concerns, comments, begin sending them now. Let's see here. October surprise that Biden builds internment camps for Trump voters. Well, I don't think that's gonna happen, but it's gonna be, the October surprise will be something so stupid, but like single-handedly decides the election. Like, what's something that's absolutely pointless, but like it happens anyways? Let's see here. Trump will win a landslide if he grew a beard. I agree with that. If he grew a beard, he would win. Easy. Rap, what is the minimum you think the Senate will be? I think we get a majority. We get 51. I think we win through Ohio. That's one seat that I'm more confident in. Just for the simple fact that Bernie Moreno did a lot better than expected, and we actually have proof that Bernie Moreno's strength is going to screw Dolan. Plus, turnout was bad on the Democrat side. There's no enthusiasm. Brown has some big problems. There's a chance. There is a chance of us winning here. Has Michigan voted more Democratic than Oregon? It might have once, but October surprise will be full amnesty. No. It's going to be something dumb that no one expects coming, but it happens. Like, out of right field, something crazy happens. So, why is no one pulling Virginia Senate? Because even with a good candidate like Hun Cow, I just don't see us winning it. You know, it's one of those seats where you get some pulling like in October, but early on, I highly doubt it. Highly doubt you get jack shit. Especially if it's like a Ted Cruz beard. Well, again, Trump growing a beard would be epic, but he won't. Hunter the mustache looks like someone from the 70s. Yeah. Rob, when did this, not Rob, Rap, excuse, I thought you said Rob. Rap, when did the October surprise thing start? It's always been there, you know, but kind of hard to put a specific year, but it's always kind of been around, because the whole thing is like, there's always some last second news that screws a candidate over. Let's see. But anyways, folks, I think I'm ending the stream here. If you guys did enjoy this stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Again, folks, all support is greatly appreciated. If you guys did enjoy, like I said, smash the like button down below, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. And, yeah. We'll see you guys in the next stream, video, wherever you see me from. Godspeed to all of you.